Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sin, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $12 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Jeffrey Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Elle, without whom we won't be able to do nearly as much as we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vampire the Dark Ages. I am Sen, your storyteller for the evening, and I am joined by the hopefully audible Shawnee.
Heyo. I am William, or Shawnee, and I am playing Kara Valkyria, the Aremain Ill Omen.
Well, if OBS is to be trusted, you are, and apparently Mara also confirmed that. I am also joined by Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Anais. She's evil and she's angry.
And
Oh, she's a
Mara.
Sedite too.
Yeah, and Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Sabina DeForley, a Shamasei surgeon.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm playing Hyacinthos. He's irritated and he's horny.
And Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Luciana Borgia. She's La Sombra, and she's Borgia.
And Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally. I'm playing Vina Voisyevich, the Tremere Hedge Witch, who is also somewhat angry at the current moment.
And to clarify, if it wasn't said, because my brain is a sieve, Hyacinthus is a Toreador.
Yeah.
You have no idea how hard it was to not refer to someone as a nocturnal emissions detector.
Proud of you. So
That's
proud of you.
Galen.
I regret nothing.
That would be you because you're the one playing Galen.
Fair.
The massive amount of psychic damage you have inflicted.
As always, trans lives matter. Trans rights are human rights, and Black lives matter.
Trans lives do matter.
Trans lives do matter, as do
Trans
black,
lives
as
do
do
matter,
black
and
rights.
black rights are human rights.
Black rights are also human rights. Yes, but it sounds a little bit weird to say it that way. But yes, welcome back to our sometimes relatively silly Vampire the Dark Ages game, where when last we left off, our coterie was meeting at Hyacinthos's home to discuss the recent and upsetting discovery of the death of Hyacinthos's ghoul, and indications that there seems to be some level of Bali interference happening in the city. They were then interrupted, adjoined rather, by Galen, Hyacinthos' sire, who managed to quietly slip into the room while no one was paying attention, and who was thus tersely interrogated for his why he is in the city, to which he, to sum up, indicated that he was here to see if the world was going to explode, because that seems like fun. While he was there, he managed to frighten Anais away using one of his various disciplines, and then shooed the rest of the coterie out so that he could spend some quality time with Hyacinthos.
Quality time.
Quality time. As quality time as
Quality versus quantity. These are the
ancient-
things
Yeah.
that can.
The sort of
Thanks,
quality
Julia.
times, the sort of quality time that only ancient vampires can spend. So the rest of you have exited the establishment. I think Anais, you're like full on like noped out into the
Bled.
sewers, right?
He's in the sewers.
Sewer, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the rest of you that aren't in the sewers, you step out onto the street outside of Hyacinthus' apartment, the door closing behind you. What are you doing?
What time of night is it?
relatively early in the night. Y'all haven't done much yet. It's like a few hours past sundown.
Yeah.
Found the
this is
fountain.
relatively quick.
We went to the Elysium.
Yeah,
We
we've
found the
been
body. We went
Done a lot.
to Hyacinth's place.
This is also the same
Galen
night with
showed up.
the monster in the sewer that chased
Yeah.
Anais out.
Correct.
There's been
Is
a
it?
fair amount.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You have done a fair amount. Never mind. We'll say it's
It might have been a couple. It's been a couple of hours, I think, at this point.
it has been a couple
Yeah.
of hours, so it's still in the middle of the night, but not not early in the
Okay.
night. Yeah, because the discovery of the monster in the sewers happened after Anais woke up, if I recall.
Mhm.
Yeah, right after.
No, not right after. Right-ish at
Soon
Shortly
after.
after.
Soon after.
Yeah, shortly after waking up. Yeah.
I think Vina's gonna just turn and split off from the rest of the group without saying anything. And she's headed to the Chantry.
As a reminder, you were tasked with finding more information.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Kara kind of looks at Vina heading off. I take it where you go, you wish to be alone?
Where I go, you cannot walk.
Very well. I trust your wisdom. And she will sort of look around, see if she can spot the sewer grate where Anais disappeared down.
Make a wits and alertness roll.
I do that as well.
Sure.
Because Luciana was going to do that.
Wits and alertness or perception alertness?
Actually, no, that's fair. Perception awareness.
Difficulty what?
Difficulty 7.
7. Nope. That's a botch.
Unfortunately, a crow does not dive down to rip your eyes from your skull. No, you have no idea. There's no trail of where Anais went. So, like, you're looking around, there's no clear indication as to where Anais went, because you were all inside when Anais fled. So,
Yeah. We appear to be short we appear to be short a member.
He'll be back. I just don't know when. Or where.
Well, the question now becomes which avenue to pursue. I am curious. What do you think would be investigated next?
Okay. I have to apologize because last week's conversation towards the end of game, I was like falling asleep towards the end of it.
fair.
What exactly was discussed towards the end?
Largely what was discussed, you
What
discovered
what
the
Galen
state,
was and wasn't involved with.
but you discovered the state of Hyacinthus' ghoul. You discussed that Hyacinthus' ghoul was the one that was killed. There was a figure that had been left, an effigy that had been left inside the guts of the ghoul. Galen discussed that he was here just to see what was going on because it's going to be a great show, whatever happens. And he's not involved with any of the things that have been going on that have been seeming like signs of some kind. Also, Anais, because of your knowledge of what's in the sewers, go ahead and give me a courage roll.
Right, yeah. Dive back into the sewers where that monster is at.
Acceptable difference between that and
Galen, fair.
Galen. One of
Uh,
them is supernaturally influencing me. The other one is not.
It is.
Yeah.
It will be diff 8 courage roll.
Okay. 3.
With 3 successes, you break free of the paralysis and are no longer under the effect of paralyzing glance.
Cool. While I am down here, I'm not. Don't shift focus over to me at this moment because you're on the. I'm just letting you know I am activating because I always forget this is the obfuscate level 1 ability in Dark Ages. Quietus 1 basically.
Yeah.
Silence of Death.
There
If
was no
I am
noise
going to
around
be,
you.
if I am going to be wandering through the sewers where what I believe to be Sobek is, he's not going to hear me.
Silently.
Yeah. If your life is in danger, then you get to make a courage roll to break free of the paralyzing lance, and 1 success is all you need to break free.
Legit,
And
that's fair.
given Anais' knowledge of what's in the sewers, I believe Anais would think that her life was in danger.
That is fair. That is absolutely fair.
Oh right, yeah, because Quietus 1 for Dark Ages is very different.
Yeah, choices were made.
To be fair, it makes an amount of sense because this is before the Osamites had their the Diablerie flaw.
Yes, but I'm sorry. In my mind, if you start your system and give certain characters core level 1 powers, you don't randomly shift them to another discipline later.
Anyways, you are now moving quietly. So yeah.
Mostly because it confuses players like me who are old.
But yeah, Holly, the big thing that you know that you need to investigate at the moment is who's behind this effigy, who is presumably the one that both desecrated the fountain and killed the ghoul, which
Right.
seems to be meant to draw attention to it for some, at least to its location. The ghoul was found right across the street from where the entrance to Elysium is. And check on the Nosferatu that have gone quiet.
That was the thing I was trying to remember. Okay.
And
And
of course,
I'm-
there's still the
Wait.
details and leads on the Templars and such.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm still waiting to hear on the bones, right?
Yes, but we
Okay.
do have leads on the Templars anyway, because we've got the gunpowder smell from everywhere.
Mhm. Okay. Right. Okay, sorry, I was very out of it for like the last 45
No, that's
minutes of
fair.
game last week. I was just
So
falling
yeah,
asleep.
you've got a couple of different avenues of investigation that you could pursue. You could pursue the theoretical Bali. You could pursue the what happened with the Nosferatu. You could pursue the Knights Templar, or you could go check out what the thing that Anais thinks is Sobek is doing. If you want,
You want to get eaten?
that's an option.
Or we could just let it do its thing.
I'm sure that won't have any
Sleeping
ramifications.
Sobek sleep. Or if they're not
I
sleeping,
don't think
just
it's a
ignore
s-
them.
I think it's very awake
That's the problem.
until it eats enough, and then it might hibernate again. Who knows?
Just shove some people in the sewers. The problem will solve itself.
I will repeat myself from Monday. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing.
But what if
Keep
it
on
wants to
coming.
start something with you?
Then there will be something. Me being eaten.
So Kara had just asked Luciana, I think,
Yeah,
what
So
plans were.
Yeah. So Luciana would probably, because she's completely like skip her mind that everyone is not there. Be like, okay, so I think we all need to talk about, and then like she looks around and realizes who's it? It's Kara and
You
Sabina,
and
right?
Sabina.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
Kara and Sabina, yeah, who are here in your presence right now.
Noble,
Yeah.
multitudinous group.
You can make a perception check if you'd like, real quick. Perception and alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty 5. Actually, hi kiddos, what's your stamina?
I don't know. Oh, is this an actual stat?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of your attributes.
It's one of your attributes. Strength, dexterity, stamina.
2.
Sorry, diff 4.
Successes.
From the sounds coming out of Hayakintos' apartment, they're going to be busy for a while.
Right. Yeah, she'll look at just the two of them. Right.
Kara smirks.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize so many people were no longer with us. Well, as a group, I would say I would like to ask everyone, there are several things we can investigate right now, and what seems to be the most important to everyone.
Or the most in reach.
That too, yes.
I have, for what it's worth, located a building that it seems the Templars had a presence in. The scent of gunpowder is strong around it.
Okay. Where is this building?
I can lead you to it, but it is. She'll indicate the general vicinity of the city where it's at.
in Vatican City.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
I mean, they're
Oh, well, I guess it would be there, wouldn't it?
they're a military arm of the church. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it too late to change my mind about where I'm headed? Like,
Where-
can I turn back?
Yeah, you can turn back.
Yeah, she's gonna go with the chantry. She's had a new train of thought that she wants to investigate.
You were already heading towards the chantry. Are you still heading towards the chantry? Or no
Or
longer?
back to the group, not
Back
the
to the
chantry.
group, okay.
Away from yeah.
Vina reappears shortly while you're discussing.
Welcome back.
Oh, hey, yay, another person. Okay, so what seems to be everyone's priorities right now on that building is worth investigating that you mentioned.
The one with the Templars.
The one that the Templars seem to have an operation going on with. There is a strong scent of gunpowder around.
That definitely seems of interest. I believe we should investigate.
The building itself seems as if meant to blend in with the surroundings. It is utterly unobtrusive from the outside, barring the smell of gunpowder.
Just as you would want if you are doing anything illegal. Cowards.
There's a military branch of the church. They have the church's authority.
You're not there.
What?
You're not there.
I know.
You're in the house getting banged.
I know.
Don't worry.
Troubles of
You'll rejoin eventually.
It is worth noting, whatever they're trying to hide is likely something they want to hide from the public more than anything else. As I understand it, the Templars are part of the church. They probably have little to hide from the eyes of the law.
Yes.
What do you think, Sabina?
I think that is a direct avenue to some place where we can do work. Though they attacked on sight or seemed ready to when we encountered them before.
Would we like to wait until we have the other two with us before we investigate this?
You can actually make really quick. Sabina.
Didn't they actively not attack Sabina?
Yes.
They were
Sabina,
they were drawing crossbows, and then I fled.
Yeah, make a wits and empathy roll.
Wits and empathy?
Yep. Diff 6.
All right.
Because it was dark and you were fleeing.
All right. A
Once-
success.
They did draw weapons, and you did definitely think they were going to attack you, but then they didn't follow you.
Yeah, they did not
So
pursue.
the weapons might have been more defensive than offensive.
They might have been
Okay.
guarded. They might have been guarding a position more than hunting someone.
Yeah. Um. Though they
Preparing for
did
you to
not
attack.
doggedly pursue, so
May have been guards at a post.
maybe. I think observing what is there and making an assessment based on what we can see rather than speculation.
I was going to say, it means we know exactly where to look.
Every other lead will require an amount of rummaging around.
Which can stir up things.
I mean,
I have
checking
friends.
checking on the Nosferatu just requires you to go to their place that you've been to before.
That's true.
I have
And,
friends I can question about the Bali later.
So,
Okay.
it sounds as if the two leads that we have actionable abilities upon are this warehouse, or whatever this building is for, or the home of the Nosferatu that is not reported. Which do you wish to pursue? He says, looking at
Luciana?
Luciana. I don't know why brain.
Because brain.
Personally, I think that we should investigate the warehouse. But if anyone else has strong feelings towards the Nosferatu, please feel free to voice them.
This is when Kara just starts cursing the lineage of every Nosferatu, and we find out Kara has very strong feelings about Nosferatu, just not about investigating them.
Kara has no opinions about the Nosferatu, other than the opinions that she has of all the high clans.
Well, he's going to be busy for a while. She points towards the apartment behind her. And I don't know where Anais is.
Considering the scare that Galen put into her, presumably somewhere she would think to be safe.
We might not see her until tomorrow.
May she stay safe from the sunrise then.
Indeed.
Jeremy, are you busy, or can I go move to you real quick?
I'm good at this particular moment.
So, while we cut over to Anais real quick, while you're making mention of may she stay safe, you have enacted obfuscation to be quiet. Go ahead and give me. Are you just meandering around the sewers now, or are you trying to leave them?
I am, well, two things. One, I'm dropping out of back into my human skin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Excuse me.
I think at the point that I get control of myself, there is I think she would take the risk, because she's that level of a fanatic, to go back to her temple for a little bit of religious centering. If she whatever help any poor human that she happens to encounter on her way there that might have wandered into the catacombs. If there is one, then good, she has a sacrifice to set. Otherwise, I think she's going to go to her temple, spend a short amount of time there just centering herself. And then once she is rational again, I think she is going to go report.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception and investigation roll as you
Okay.
are maneuvering through the sewers to head out towards your temple. Diff 6.
Not a botch. There is a success in there.
Yep. All right.
I turn a corner. I see a hulking form. I'm like, well, this was fated to end this way. No.
So it's not that,
Or maybe it still does.
Mostly, it's that you just don't see it until you're already on it. You are navigating through the sewers, through the undercrofts around the city, heading towards a surface level exit, so you can continue on towards your cathedral. And you get to you walk past a section of sewer and sort of stop for a second, because there should have been a access way to your right that isn't there.
Okay.
You turn and look,
Oh,
and
is
it's
it good
just rubble. Something has collapsed the structured sewer tunnel.
Oh no. Is the something that collapsed the sewer tunnel within range?
So you don't see anything immediately around you. You do see several deep furrows in the wall on either side of the tunnel, and what look like the ragged and bloody remains of something that got caught in the rubble.
I will go check and see, investigate what the bloody thing is.
Getting up to it, you see that it is a skeleton that was at one point wearing very nice clothes.
Are the clothes relatively
Recognizable
new?
clothes?
The clothes are relatively new, not recognizable, not immediately recognizable, but based on the juxtaposition, you would say this was probably a vampire that
Right.
just got obliterated by a sewer tunnel.
Yeah, because it's a skeleton, but the clothes are new, so
Right,
they're rapidly
right.
disintegrated. Yeah.
I'll start poking around the clothes, see if there are any identifying.
Sure, give me a perception and either enigmas or awareness. Enigmas will be
I choose awareness.
okay. So awareness is going to be diff 7. Enigmas would be diff 5.
2.
2.
Because I got that 6th sense shit.
Yeah. Sorry, you have 6th sense?
It's not a trait called
Okay,
6th
okay,
sense.
cool.
I
wanna make
have
sure.
a high level of awareness, which is a supernatural 6th sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, looking at it, you're pretty certain that you saw a similar outfit on the Nosferatu that were in the coterie that you went to for information previously. Not on oh god, the name of the
Blandis.
yeah, not on Blandis, but definitely one of the other Nosferatu
Mhm.
that were working for him. Similar outfit. Might be one of them, might not be one of them. Given that it's in the sewers, you're going to assume probably a Nosferatu.
Right.
But the claws on the walls seem to match at least your assumed size of what you think to be Sobek.
Of Sobek. Yeah. I'm leaving the body. But I am taking the clothes.
Okay. They're hard.
Because those will be necessary for.
Yeah, they're hard to extricate, but you're able to get some of them at least.
It's fine.
You do notice that there's no indication of anything else being damaged. There's no like scuff marks on the walls or drag marks.
This was targeted.
Well, rather, if it was the thing that you saw bust through a door previously was too large to have exited the sewers in that form.
Right.
Without doing some damage. And you can definitely tell that
Like
it was on
collapsing the
this
tunnel?
side of the collapsed tunnel. So it didn't go through the tunnel. But there's no sign of it leaving any other way either, based on the damage you assume it would have had to do to get out.
So it's still in here with me.
Or it can change size.
Or it can change size. You're not helping my Sobek assumptions. Yep, I'm taking the clothes, and I am continuing on trying to wander my way back to my sire's place.
Yep. You exit or to your are you trying to go to your sire's place or to your church?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to the temple first.
Yeah,
sorry.
Your temple.
Actually, no, at this point this is greater priority. I can deal with that. I can deal with my peace of mind later. Right now I can fake it, and that's good enough for me.
Fair.
So yeah, I'm heading back to the Borgia compound.
Okay. So yeah, you exit out and head up. Go ahead
Yep.
and so back to the others.
Yep.
The idea is that you're going to go investigate the Templars. Is that what we've settled on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All of you go ahead and give me just roll me a D100. And Anais, go ahead and roll me a D100 as well.
66.
13.
7.
83.
All right. So yeah. While the group of you are heading towards back towards the Vatican City from Hyacinthos' apartment, Anais, you do run across them. You see them. They don't see you, but you do see them crossing, sort of like crossing a sideway, sort of an alleyway as you're coming up it.
Okay. I let them go.
All right. They continue on, and you continue on.
Yep.
All right. So you're heading to the Borgias, and the rest of you are heading towards Vatican City. It'll take you a little bit to get there. Hyacinthos.
Yes.
Roll me stamina and athletics, difficulty 7.
See how long it takes me to get up to anything else.
You're not certain how long ago you passed out, but you wake back up by yourself in your apartment.
He's gonna take his time getting himself back together. One of the first things he's going to do is see if he can get an idea of what time it is, though, because if it's getting close, then he needs to hurry and not get sunshined.
And make
But-
me a intelligence and either intelligence in either hearth wisdom or survival. Difficulty 5.
I don't think I have any hearth wisdom, so I'll do survival.
one success. Yeah, you look out the window and see where the moon's at. The moon's still up, which is relevant. A couple of hours have passed at this point.
Then yeah, I'll dawdle, get myself all put back together. And then stare at my empty apartment for a minute. Sigh. And decide to go look for a new puppy. I need somebody in the apartment. Hyacinthos is going to, well, he thinks he's wandering aimlessly. But the DM is aware of what his subconscious motivations are right now.
Mhm.
So I'll just let you roll with those.
All right. So the rest of you, a couple hours of navigating through the city, following Kara's memory of Kara's memory at an odd angle because you don't remember. The path that you took to it is not the path you're taking to it now.
Yeah, I'm having to navigate to a location that I've only seen from a different angle.
Yeah, which slows things down, but you're able to. Your vampires in a couple hours isn't that much time. You eventually find yourselves down the street from the building. How many of you have Auspex as a discipline?
No.
Vina does.
Vina does.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else other than Hykentos?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So for Vina, you definitely, the rest of you, the others of you that are there, you get like sort of just like the faintest like tinge of the smell of gunpowder. Vina, with your dozen Auspex, you can definitely smell it a lot clearer than they can. And you're pretty certain, based on the smells that you're all getting, all of you can smell it a lot clearer than any human would be able to from this distance. But yeah, you can definitely smell that slightly bittery smell of gunpowder. Vina, with Auspex, go ahead and give me a perception and either perception and medicine or perception and hearth wisdom, difficulty 5.
Yeah, which of those? It's probably going to be Hearth Wisdom. Yeah, it's going to be Hearth Wisdom. Okay. You said it was perception in that?
Yes.
Difficulty
5.
5. Got it. 5 successes.
With your enhanced smell from Auspex, you pick out a few additional spells in addition to the gunpowder. You're also getting a smell of sulfur, some tree sap or resin of some kind. What you would a smell of something you're not 100% certain what it is, but it's a lot more potent than all the other smells, than the sulfur and the pine and the tree sap, and seems to be in the larger quantity. This sort of the only way you could describe it is a viscous smell. It's a lingering smell that sort of overpowers the others if you weren't able to parse it so well. Gunpowder is definitely the loudest smell, but it's not the largest volume of thing that's there from your senses.
They are making something completely different in there, aside from gunpowder.
Do you know what?
Not all of it translates from my knowledge of hearth working, but some sulfur, a few resins that I recognize, and something thick and heavy that I can't parse away from the rest. It's unfamiliar, but cloying. And it is the most potent of scents among them.
Can we see the building from this far away?
Leaning down the alleyway, yeah, you can see that there's a building that is the building that Kara would have pointed out. It is very unmarked and unobtrusive.
Okay.
You don't even see anybody guarding it, although you're
Okay.
pretty confident there are people guarding it.
Style of building, like, are we talking like a residential house kind of type of thing? Warehouse? Are there windows in?
This is like sort of this is an alleyway that would have like sort of storage rooms as well as like storage warehouse sort of thing, as well as a few like homes of people whose jobs it was to observe and monitor the goods that are in this alleyway. So like there's sort of a mix of residential and storage warehouse situation here. The building in question, much more of a warehouse.
Okay. Does it have like an attached like house kind of thing by it?
Yeah,
Or
it's part of a contiguous like number. Like there's several different buildings that have sort of like fallen together. Either were constructed together or were constructed close enough as to not really matter.
Mhm. And it's like way late at night. Is there any like
Yeah, it's
foot traffic around here?
it's
How busy has
it's
it
a few
been
hours,
as we got here?
It's a few hours till dawn at this point, and it is very very low traffic. Nobody other than you is openly on the street right now.
Okay. I don't know how much more information we're gonna get just from smelling something that we have smelled several times. I think we
No,
need to get closer.
it is time to approach.
Not together. We're a big group.
Kara's
And
gonna look around and see what kind of animals might be nearby.
None.
If you said anything, it did not come to the mic.
Sorry, none. There aren't any. None that are
Like,
any.
not even
None.
just like rats on the street or anything.
No, not rats in the streets. No, no nocturnal no nocturnal avians either.
They probably don't like the smell.
The smell of gunpowder is probably keeping local animals away.
Vina will begin approaching the building.
Just openly, or are you trying to stealth?
Kara would like to sneak by way of being in places where people aren't looking, aka on the roof.
Okay.
She's gonna like find like because all these buildings like crammed together, which makes it very easy to just like go across the top of them. So she's just gonna find an out of the way alley and just climb up onto the roof.
I think that Vina's gonna play up the older woman bit and just keep her head down, walk slow with her cane or with her walking stick.
Okay.
But is going to keep an eye out on any people who are watching her specifically, or any people who, outside of getting out of her way, move or stay near that building as she approaches.
Luciana and Sabina?
Yes, I would like to be stealthy approaching. I had a quick question. Malleable visage. How long does that take? If I wanted to just change, because they have seen me.
Well, some of them.
I don't know how close they were. But it's page 268.
it doesn't. It lasts until you undo it.
Yes.
I think the question was, how long does it take to do it?
Yeah.
To do it. Sorry, I thought you said how long
Mhm.
does it take for how long does it last.
Yeah.
If you're
Could I
doing-
do
if
it
you're-
really quick and
It depends on what you're trying to change. If you're doing simple cosmetic changes to just your face, you can do that pretty quickly.
okay, all right. Because they were
Like just reach up and touch your face. If your face was malleable, how long would it take for you to pull your cheeks into a different position, move your nose, shift your eyebrows,
Got it.
that kind of thing?
okay. Cool. I'm just thinking because they've seen me. I don't remember how close they had gotten, but if I would think that they would recognize me if I got caught, I don't want that. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna bank on them not having really paid attention to me. So yeah, I'm trying to quietly, I think going maybe around the back.
So coming from a different alleyway.
Yes.
Okay. Luciana?
Luciana was going to stealth around the back or attempt to.
Okay. So
Um,
in that case,
she'll do it
Okay.
coming from a different direction. That's Venus doing it.
so in that case, the three of you that are physically stealthing, will need dexterity and stealth checks. For Vina, it'll be manipulation and subterfuge. Difficulty 6 all around.
All right. What?
Dexterity, stealth. Where are you? Equally 6.
3 successes.
2.
So 3, 2, 1, and 1. All right. So the four of you approach the building. Kara, make me perception and alertness, difficulty 5.
5. 1.
You get up onto the roof and begin approaching, and very quickly you sort of duck down and sort of use bits of the roof tiling to hide yourself. As you see, there is a little bit further, difficult to see from where you had started, but once you're up on the roof, much easier to see. There's like this sort of platform on one of the buildings just beyond the building you're looking at. Looks like it's either the beginning of construction of of another story or just like a rooftop terrace. But on that terrace, there is an individual that is sort of leaning against a wall that probably presumably goes either into a stairwell or a ladder, and looking for all intents and purposes like he's not doing anything, but very clearly facing the direction you're coming from.
I played Assassin's Creed 2. I recognize this terrace.
Yeah, there you go. The figures seems to be arms crossed leaning against a wall, very plainly dressed, but very clearly watching in your direction. You sort of duck behind a bit of tiling to keep yourself from being immediately noticed.
Giving, you're not supposed to know on the guard.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
much. As you approach. The others, go ahead. Everyone else can also give me perception and alertness, difficulty 5.
Yeah.
We can see
4
which
successes.
abilities Vina has not put any points into. All right. Vina, you're being an old lady. You don't notice anything because you're being an old lady. Sabina and Luciana, as you're coming around the other side of this sort of strip of buildings, you can tell that there are people in the street with you. They're not immediately visible, but they are there. You can smell sort of like the perspiration and sweat, hear a little bit of the blood pumping in their veins. Sabina, in particular, with 4 successes, you can see that there are carefully placed crates and like packing material, the kind of thing that is fine, is fairly normal to have on a street outside a warehouse, but they're placed in such a way that someone can stand like in a corner, in like a right hand corner of them, and be completely unseen until you've already passed them.
Mm.
And they can just adjust the crates in such a way where they can just see through the between the crates to see out. You can't tell if there's anyone there visually, but you can tell there's probably someone in these positions. And taking a guess, it looks like there's probably about 3 people watching this street in particular, though unobtrusively.
That seems like a lot.
Vina, are you just heading straight for the door, or are you walking past?
She'll walk past.
Do you have, what flaws do you have? Do you have any like true faith flaws or anything like that?
Not that I am aware of. Truth, faith is a 7-point merit.
Sorry, true faith flaws, specifically like the ones that make you like
the-
not be able to cross water or garlic, things like that.
No,
Oh yeah, the supernatural like
Yeah,
no,
supernatural.
the
vampire
two that
with
she
flaws.
has is prey exclusion and slow healing.
I have the garlic one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Yeah, just to remind
Hold
you.
on just a second.
Yeah.
You're an Italian.
To be clear, you made a vampire in Rome.
Yeah. That's why I chose garlic. I was like, this is gonna be great.
So actually, Sabina, in that case, Sabina, I need you to make a willpower
Yeah.
save as the smell of garlic hits your
Okay.
nose.
Cool.
Because these are Knights Templar. They have garlic on them.
That's lovely. of
Also, they're
them.
Italians. They've eaten garlic.
That too.
Also, yes.
Permanent willpower, yes. All
You
right.
gotta have a hard time feeding here.
2 successes.
All right.
I have given strict instructions to my patients that they are not to eat garlic. It's gonna upset your humors.
I
And-
love that.
So yeah, you get a strong smell of garlic coming from this place as you approach, and it's upsetting, but you're able to push through the fear.
Okay. Right.
Vina, you walk past.
Mm-hmm.
You hear someone just basically offering a good evening, very pointedly to you. As you walk past, not someone that you saw, but someone on the street is saying affectionately good evening.
Yeah, she's gonna. So she cannot see the individual who made that remark.
No. They're definitely like sort of like up. You'd have to turn to look at them, kind of thing.
She will stop but not turn to look.
Do you reply?
Evening.
Evening, yeah. Pardon, are you looking for something in particular, or just cutting through the alley?
Simply cutting through.
Go ahead and give me we'll say charisma and either subterfuge or expression. Difficulty 5. Two successes.
2 successes.
Well, do hurry on, mother. This is not lots of hardworking men are about to be coming through for their morning shift, so we don't want you to get caught in the rush.
I appreciate it. I would not like to be trampled, though I am capable of taking care of myself.
Of course you are,
I
brother.
appreciate that.
Kara would like to, if possible, utilize Aspect of the Beast for Chameleon's colors and try and sneak past out of this particular roof guard's field of vision.
Okay. So going forward is basically the entire rooftop is in their field of vision. So you're trying to get off the rooftop or continue forward, but without being seen.
I think she's gonna try and like dip off one side of the rooftop and then move further down,
Okay.
presumably on the next alley over, and then climb back up.
Let's see. What discipline is that from?
So Aspect of the Beast is Spiritus 3, which is on page 255.
All right, so go ahead and spend a blood point and roll Manipulation Occult, diff 7.
I have 4 turns of -2 to stealth rolls involving hiding.
All right, so go ahead and you meet Dexterity Stealth, diff 4. Or sorry, diff 3.
Now, depending on how, so here's the question of whether or not I will be having to stay still for long enough that my flaw, Touch of Frost, also comes into play.
Well, make the roll and find out.
Because basically the premise of if I have to stay in one spot and be hidden rather than being in motion, it increases the difficulty by 1 because of the chill that sits in around me.
We'll say yeah. Go ahead and so that would make it then.
So
4.
it'll be a total of -1 difficulty rather than -2.
Yeah, so diff 4.
Dexterity Stealth, diff 4. 4 successes.
Boom. Yeah, so you're able to stay out of his line of sight using the chameleon skin. As you maneuver sort of towards the edge, you get a slightly better view of the alleyway, and you can see that on the alleyway that Vina is on, there are 3 more guards that are standing, like Sabina noted, in positions where crates and things will block line of sight to them until you've passed them. But you're above them, so you get a slightly better view. The alleyway is much more populated than it looked like from down the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And
As
you
her
can see-
entire
you can
entire
see-
like skin and coloration just sort of
Yeah.
blends in with the backdrop as she's
and you
just to the
you can
side.
see that one of these figures has sort of like stepped around from a hiding spot to address Vina, who I'm assuming you're going to continue on after the warning.
Yeah.
Who continues walking past.
And her goal is like dip out of sight just long enough to get like past the roof guard's field of vision and then back onto.
Yeah, any place you get back up will be back in his field of vision, functionally.
He's facing if he's facing one direction, my goal is to like
Yeah, so
cross to the other side.
To give you an idea, it's a row of like 4 buildings. You
Yeah.
climbed up the first building. He's 3 buildings away.
Yeah.
Looking in your direction. So you'd have to
So you'd have to go way far
You'd
away.
have to go past the warehouse in order to get back up, and that'll require a couple extra rolls if you're wanting to do that.
Yeah, like the goal is probably from the street behind the warehouse rather than in front of it. To do that and then get back up on the roof.
Okay. From behind, you would see the same thing with the other 3, but just you wouldn't see Bina.
Yeah,
'cause
so
they're staying on both sides.
same guard arrangement. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a strength and athletics check. Difficulty. You're climbing sideways. This will be difficulty 6. Sorry, no,
Okay.
diff 6. No, diff 7.
I will spend a blood and a willpower.
Okay.
Spending a willpower for the obvious effect, but also because I have fortitude, I can spend one of my blood for an automatic strength success as
All right.
well. Is it strength athletics?
Yep. Diff 7.
I'm not applying discipline 2 here because I am using it for automatic success. So 4 successes.
4 successes. All right. Yeah. It's rough and slow, but you manage to sort of like snake your way along the edge of the building. As you go above the guards, trying very hard to be quiet, which you've already rolled stealth for, you notice that each one of them they are wearing normal civilian clothes, but you get a smell of garlic off of each one of them. Each one has a sword on their hip, a rapier, it looks like. And each one has, I don't know how familiar you would be with this particular device. Go ahead and give me a intelligence and either academics or enigmas. Actually, intelligence and intelligence, academics, enigmas, or archery. Which one? Tell me which one you pick, because the difficulty will be different for all 3.
I have intelligence archery. I have
Okay.
archery.
Diff 8 for intelligence archery.
Intelligence archery. Diff 8. Flat 0.
Yeah. So
Success canceled
they
by
have
1.
something on the hip opposite the rapier that doesn't look like any sort of crossbow or anything that you're familiar with.
But does look weapon-ish.
Looks like it might be a weapon, but not one that you can identify. Definitely smells of gunpowder though.
Yeah.
Because I think you might recognize flintlock pistols. This does not look like a flintlock pistol either.
It doesn't look like a pistol, but it does look like some kind of
I
gunpowder
mean,
weapon.
it looks like it might be a pistol, but it doesn't look like a pistol you'd recognize.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are able to crawl the length of the rooftop and sort of like peer over the edge at the other side, and you can see that there's another guard in the basically opposite position of the first one that you saw on the roof.
Interesting.
There are 2 on that platform. You just couldn't see one from the perspective you were on.
All right. With that knowledge made, and how thoroughly guarded this building is, that is information on its own, and she's going to disappear and make her way away.
Those of you on the ground in the alleyway, are you continuing towards the door, or now that you smell people in the alleyway, are you breaking off? What are you doing? So Sabina and Luciana.
Luciana's going to continue towards the door.
Okay. Sabina?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay nearish Luciana.
Well,
Kind of. I don't.
From my understanding, you were both coming from opposite ends of the alleyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, kind of crossing.
Okay.
I want to cross with her.
Luciana, as you get closer, you definitely start to smell garlic as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing any of the people that you're smelling, but you can tell that there are people on the street with you. How close are you wanting to get?
As close as I can, honestly.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another dexterity and stealth check. Difficulty 6 this time as you get closer.
Okay.
And Sabina, if you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
If you'd like to spend willpower, now's the time.
I would. This seems like a good idea.
I'll go ahead and spend a willpower as well.
So that's 4 successes.
What does spending a willpower do in this?
1 automatic success.
Cool. Okay.
All
5
right.
successes.
All right, yeah. So the 2 of you get very close indeed. You get to the other sides of the barriers that you've identified. So Luciana, you get to the other side of a pair of crates. Sabina, you're on the other side of one of these like sort of hides. Close so that you can hear a little bit of conversation occurring between the guards on the outside. How long do you think we're going to have to be standing out here? At least until our next shift. Not what I mean, idiot. I'm talking about the thing. Well, heard tales that some of the guys down by the docks spotted some night walkers. So we might get to put our little invention to a test soon. Depending on how effective it is, we might be able to ship off to another city within a month. Assuming it works. And a little bit of additional unimportant chit-chat.
Right. After she hears that, she's leaving. She's going to go stay at a distance till the others are done.
Okay. Sabina, are you staying or trying to get closer, or what are you doing?
I'm looking at a thing. Hang on.
Yeah. Also,
I
now that you're all closer, those of you that didn't smell it earlier can also smell some of those additional things. Anyone who wants to can give me an intelligence and enigmas to identify that additional smell. Difficulty.
I don't have enigmas
7.
if I can make the roll.
And you can still make the roll. You just
Okay.
diff 7.
Diff 7 if you don't have enigmas.
Diff 7 total for all of you.
Okay.
This is just trying to identify a smell.
Intelligence, enigmas.
And you can't spend willpower on this because you can't will yourself to know a thing.
Yeah, it's a memory thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Nope. Don't remember a damn thing.
Vina, you already rolled, so it wouldn't be for you.
Oh, gotcha.
Can we make the roll if we don't have enigmas?
Yeah, it would just be intelligence
Okay.
and 0 plus the diff 7.
Okay. Oh, she got one.
Luciana, you've definitely smelled this before. It smells kind of like tar, but not very similar to tar. Sabina, with 2 successes, you're smelling oil. You've smelled it before, because dipping people in oil and then lighting that on fire is one of the ways that Katarina likes to make a point.
Ah, okay. It's familiar.
You know it's highly flammable.
Right.
And the amount of it that you're smelling, that's a big hazard.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. I'm leaving.
All right. The group of you leave. Anais,
Yes.
you get to the Borgia compound. You
Yep.
head in. You know that at this time of night, 50-50 odds that Lucrezia is back from Elysium.
Mm-hmm. I am taking those odds because I'm not taking this to Elysium where people might hear it.
Yeah. Asking around. Go ahead and roll me. Actually, I'll roll a thing. Hang on. Let me see. Is Elysium interesting tonight or not? Asking around, it looks like Lucrezia has not arrived back yet.
Okay. I am going to head into her chambers.
Mm-hmm. You're allowed in.
I am going to place the garment or the remnants of the garment in a place where it's not like on the bed ruining shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But like
Holy
it's in a place that will be seen. And I am leaving a note saying and I'm going to write this in. Hold on just a second. Does I believe I.
If you're going to ask if there's a language that that Lucrezia knows, the answer is yes.
Okay, I am writing this in Coptic.
Mhm.
Because that is not a language that most people here are going to be aware of.
Nope.
Um,
Yeah, the Harpy knows more languages than you knew were
Oh.
languages.
For sure, for absolute sure. And it is going to say, Sobek seems to have eliminated certain Nosferatu. Also, Galen is exerting supernatural influence over your cousin and Sabina. And I will very succinctly summarize everything that went down in that
Meeting.
Galen encounter.
Do you include him using his ability on you
Yes,
and you turning into your Naga
absolutely.
form?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
And leaving that there, and I will end it with heading back to try and locate Luciana to keep an eye on, make sure that situation doesn't get worse.
Okay.
Please advise.
Yeah.
When available.
And you head up.
Yep.
Is there a place in particular that you're heading for?
At this point, there's the only place I would potentially know shit.
Because you know the general itinerary, you just don't know what.
I know where I
lead they were
saw
going.
them and where
Yeah.
they were headed.
Yeah.
The direction they were headed.
Which I will say, actually, thinking about where everything's located, you would have been able to tell they weren't heading towards the they were not heading towards the plaza where they weren't heading towards the plaza where the Borgias were found staked nearby.
Right.
So the only other places that they could have been was either the fountain, the Trevi Fountain, or the Vatican City.
While it would be narratively convenient for me to figure that one out automatically, I think it's funnier if I 50-50 it. So
Sure.
High, I'm going to the correct place. Low, I'm going to the wrong place.
Fair.
All right.
Going to the fountain.
Yep.
All right.
It's fine. It's fine because that is a fairly quick. Oh, they're not here.
Yeah.
So.
Hayakitos.
Mm-hmm.
You are wandering around. Give me a perception and awareness difficulty 6.
I'm not going to adjust that for prospects because I have established we are wandering relatively aimlessly. That's botch, I think.
It's only a botch if you have a 1 in it.
I have a 1.
And no successes. You have 1 success. So
and no successes.
Yeah. No, because
what? Oh, I do have a success.
You have a 6.
I have a success?
Yeah,
I have a success.
You have a 6 and a 1.
Okay.
So it's a failure, but not a botch.
I feel like not a botch. You don't get immediately run over by the Knights Templar. You do, however, find yourself having wandered back out the way that you had initially found a group of Knights Templar, and you come to that realization as you are turning the corner and smelling gunpowder. There's a group of 4 Knights Templar hanging out in not quite the same spot, but close enough to it. The smell of gunpowder sort of waking you back up functionally from the days you had been in. And they don't seem to be looking in your direction. It's fairly close to dawn, so it's about the time at this point where people are starting to get up. Like, it's not dawn yet, but people are starting to get up and start their day. The people that get up before the sun.
So it's more normal for somebody to be around that isn't
Yeah.
a vampire.
Yeah, so they're not quite looking immediately at you, but
I don't want. I want to just give off human vibes as my defense here.
do you
Not like
have Blush of Health
hiding
as
and
a
stuff.
as a merit?
What?
Do you have Blush of Health as a merit?
Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, you just passively sort of give off human vibes.
Okay.
Breathe.
Yeah, just you start
One of
breathing.
those things.
Yeah.
It'd also be
Oh.
noted for people who aren't aware, for future reference, you can just spend blood points
Yes.
to appear human
Acquire
if
that.
you don't have Blush of Health.
Correct.
Yeah, if you have Blush of Health, you always
Yeah.
do that. But if you don't, you can spend blood to appear
Yes.
human for a while.
Can I just meander past them and eavesdrop?
Go ahead.
What are
and
they up to? What are they up to right now?
Go ahead and
Just
give
hanging
me
out?
They're standing. They're standing around. From a distance, you would assume they
Standing
were
watch.
having a conversation or watching for something.
I'll meander in their direction until I get more information.
All right. Go ahead and give
Because
me a. Are you trying? You're just trying to appear as if you are meandering.
I'm just a dude.
Yeah. Go ahead and give
Just
me
to do.
a manipulation and expression. Difficulty. Difficulty 6 because they are in an alleyway, not a main thoroughfare.
You're just Ken.
How do you do, fellow mortals?
Difficulty what?
6.
Oh, I did it. Okay. I did okay.
Yeah, no, 3 successes, plenty fine. Yeah, you full on appear to be Joe Schmo going for a morning walk, an early morning walk, obviously. They sort of nod towards you as you pass. They aren't talking, at least not while you're in earshot. If you wait, if you walk a little bit further and use your enhanced hearing, you give me a perception check, perception and alertness, difficulty
Do that.
6 reduced by your aspects.
Nice.
3 successes again. Once you're beyond what they would assume to be hearing range, you hear seems like bits of conversation that had stopped start back up again. They're talking about how cold it is at night, how much they dislike having to do the overnight watch, and that there is mention of. Hang on one second. I'm
Here,
trying to
hold on.
find a name.
No, I saw you. I'll write it down. I remember it from the other notes. That's what you're looking for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have the image pinned.
Oh yeah, that one. I found it. So yeah, you hear one of them mention that they're sick and tired of Renier betting his watches and winning. Just like sort of an off grumbling.
You know,
Don't
that's
bet,
going to get Hyacinth's attention.
maybe don't bet your watches with a dude that keeps winning.
Yeah, but they really want to be able to give him their watch for a change.
Keep losing.
If-
It's not worth it.
If I hang around any longer, do I get any indication of what sorts of bets these are?
As far as
Is
you can
this
tell,
like a card game or a?
no, you're not. You're not able to get any more details other than that the watches are being bet on some sort of thing.
I want to. I want to give them a leg up on the next game, whatever it is, but I don't think that's a thing I can do.
I don't know. Do you have luck magic?
No, that would be pretty cool though.
Would also immediately
Um,
make them start shooting at you.
Yeah, yeah.
More of a mage thing than a vampire thing. Luck magic.
You think that
Yeah,
you think that Knights Templar care if you're a mage and not a vampire?
they'd still
Not
shoot.
one
No,
tiny bit.
not
at
an
all.
iota, but
Not unless you can use that magic to convince them that you have holy powers.
I mean,
This is-
celestial
I am not.
chorus
I am not.
exists.
I'm not.
Choristers can do it.
I'm not the sorcerer you're looking for.
Choristers can do it, and we're probably somewhat involved in it.
As I say, choristers are
probably
probably
have a
involved in
little
the
answer
formation of the
for.
Knights Templar. Yes.
If I hang around a minute, can I overhear them mention how much longer their shift is?
If you hang around a few, you get the sense that if you hang around a minute, you'll probably be noticed as loitering for no clear reason.
Yeah,
These guys they're talking, but they are on watch.
yeah. I'm not particularly stealthy, so hiding in order to stick around is risky.
Yeah, your normal modus operandi is to be seen, not to be not seen.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to do here that I have a chance of success at.
Maybe someone with a different skill set could help you out.
Yeah, probably, but nobody else is here.
Well, I think
And I'd
Hyacinthus
have
knows
to
what the
ask
solution
for
to
help.
that is.
Um, he'll wander off, but he's got auspex on, and he will detour if he smells gunpowder anywhere else, just to overhear more people.
Right.
Because this is the goal right now.
As you wander off, and as the other group regroups, I'm assuming, Vina, that you're going to regroup with the others rather than going for a second
Yeah.
pass. All right. That's where we'll take our break for the evening. Those of you that are watching live, please, or when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story. And yes, OBS is theoretically listening to the right audio. Oh no, when one of my players says something.
Go ahead and pull up the
There we go.
stream.
Yeah, give me just a sec. Give me just...
It's, I mean, you'll have to talk, but it works.
Yes, we can be heard.
Yeah, we're good.
I don't have to talk. I don't have to do anything. You can't make me.
So, when last we left off, the larger group is regrouping. So, Kara, Sabina, Vina, and Luciana. I'm assuming around the corner, not still down the alley, invisible
Yes.
sight.
No, not within sight.
No. We're not. That's stupid.
In front of the building, yeah.
Yeah. That's they've got something in there that
It's
I
very
recognize
thoroughly
the
guarded.
smell.
There are 2 guards on the roof, and from what I can tell, at least 3 or 4 on both sides of the street.
There's some inside. We heard them.
They have it's that I recognize the smell. The cloying, it's oil. I've seen it used before. You can ignite it and it does terrible things. That's
They were talking
Those of you
about
that are native to Rome, have an idea of what you may have heard of oil before, but not necessarily seen it. Those of you that are from further north, never heard of it. You've heard of tar, but not oil.
Oil is used for all kind, like literally, oil is used to make torches.
Fair. Not this
Not this
kind of
yeah.
oil. It's fair.
But like oil wrapped torches is a thing. That's just like
Yeah,
I've
but
Heard of it, but it
that's
doesn't match up with the
that's
smell that you're
reduced fat.
smelling.
That's reduced fat and stuff, not like petroleum.
yeah.
yep.
I've never seen or smelled an animal oil that is that
Nope.
thin.
I don't think it's from an animal. I don't know how they make it, but I've seen it used.
they plan on using it on the vampires here.
Yeah,
That's what they were saying.
they want to prove how effective it is on something. What if what if we could get them to try and do that on some of the other things we're running into that are issues? If we could point them at something.
It would have to be a vampire.
Not with oil.
They specifically said Nightwalkers.
Would it have to be a vampire, or are they ignorant enough to assume that anything that is unnatural is one of us?
Difficult
sure.
to say. They are only human, but they are the arm of the church. What resources and information they might have access to is uncertain. But in particular, well, this is not largely my concern, but I think in general it would be worth noting having them test that weapon and finding it successful, even if it does eliminate enemies now, may create problems later when they start to spread it further.
Can't let them continue to use it, yes.
They will leave the city, though.
And use it in other cities.
And spread it all over. You'll see it come back.
So we must sabotage this.
Once a creation has been made and proven effective, it isn't shipped away and never comes back.
Sabotage? Sabotage? Am I the only one thinking?
How?
It's in a building. They're made of breakable materials.
I think before we can sabotage, we need to know more about what this item is.
You'll also need to be prepared for dealing with the guards. I am not, at the moment, inclined to try and take out a dozen or so trained vampire hunters.
I will have to switch my studies if we are going to take a more combative approach.
If I have time, I can help create some more bodies on the ground.
I don't know how much time we have. If they sound this eager, they may only wait a few nights. It is hard to tell.
I think it depends on when they can find a target.
Still, this is more information than we had previous. I believe you have individuals who would be wanting to hear about this, she says, looking at Luciana.
Luciana, who is deep in thought about that, yes. Yes.
I would recommend, since
I
we
need
only
to
have a
know.
few hours before the sun rises, if you're going to tell someone, go tell them quickly, while the rest of us find a place to rest for the morning.
You're all welcome back at my place if you'd like.
You will forgive me for not taking you up on that.
That's fine. I'm just offering.
Very kind.
I will take you up on this offer.
Forced, polite smile.
Shit-eating grin.
Smirks at Vina.
Wonderful. So, I'm going to head back that direction.
For Hyacinthos and Anais, as you get to the fountain, realize you're not there, start maneuvering elsewhere. You realize you probably don't have enough time before the sunrise to get to the Vatican City and find them.
So
If it's okay for me to insert something.
Sure.
Because Anais has known her for a really long time. She always goes back to her
yeah,
house.
that's what that is. That is
She's
the
not going to
new-
sleep somewhere else.
Yep. That is the new
Destination.
destination.
Right.
Assuming that the Trevi Fountain is probably pushing it for Kara to make it back in time.
Yeah, it would be. You could get there, but it would be close.
She's just gonna find the nearest like underground location that she can dig up.
All right. Go ahead and give me a. Wait for Roll20 to reload. Give me a wits and investigation. Difficulty 5.
So wits roll then. One.
Success. Yeah, you can find like a sewer entrance.
Yeah.
You underground.
Vanish down there.
You head down to the sewer for the night. Hyacinthos, yeah. You get to a point while you're wandering where you realize you've only got like an hour or two before sunrise.
Keep an eye out for just wherever, because Hyacinth likes to sleep somewhere different every time anyway.
Right.
He likes to mix it up.
Wits
and-
investigation.
But my Auspex is still out for gunpowder.
Wits and investigation, difficulty 6.
Investigation, you said?
Yep, wits and investigation, div 6.
Investigation.
With one success, you also find some sewer entrance that you can dip down into. Not the same one.
Kara's preference for places to actually lay down at are places that people would not innately be looking. So either literally buried underfoot or like high and out of the way.
Yeah. There's no way to bury yourself in the ground and it not be noticeable in the middle of the city. So
Saved.
the sewer is the closest you can get to being underground, and high in the sky is less cover.
No, as in high and out of the way, like in an individual room, like in a
Sure, yeah.
in a space, like up near the roof, like in a
Fair.
corner, out of
Fair,
the way.
Several of the more modern Renaissance sewer systems are built out of old catacombs, so there's like niches that you can find in the sewer to crawl into.
Yeah.
You just have to be comfortable sharing it with the occupant.
That's fine. We're both dead.
I was gonna say they're not gonna complain much.
Well,
We're both dead, and they're not chatty.
Not to you, anyways. All right. You all end up. Nice. You gonna try to intercept Luciana and Sabina before they actually lay down to sleep?
I mean, I'm going to their place.
Yeah.
My place, not Sabine. Wait, no.
Your place.
Kara or
Yeah.
Vina's going
Ina's
with.
coming with me.
Oh.
Too
With
many
Lucy.
Inas.
Sabina's also going, wasn't it?
No,
Oh, never mind then. Where are you going, Sabina?
I'm going home.
Okay. Yeah, you can get there. All right. So yeah. Anais, you can intercept Vina and Luciana before they bed down. You
Yep.
are.
I like the notion because I mean, I went there, I went back. I probably get there before they do.
Yeah.
So I'm just like in the front room reading something casually when they walk in.
Yeah. Door opens. Luciana and Vina come in. You see Anais.
Oh, you're home.
Good. She says, seeing you.
It is good
Yeah.
to see you walk the night.
Vina's
Sorry?
gonna stay here tonight.
Oh, wonderful. How was the rest of our night?
Fruitful.
Do tell.
I need to talk to you.
Like talk, or like do we need to talk here?
Here's fine for now.
Okay.
We went by the warehouse that the gunpowder had previously been smelt, and discovered a few more items, and the rest of the group listened in and learned of a weapon that they are going to have a trial run at.
That sounds concerning.
Plan on experimenting on the vampires of Rome.
Do you know anything of oils?
You can be a intelligence and academics roll for knowledge.
I
of
do
oil.
have that.
Just 6.
You have 6?
Yeah.
2.
Which is because you are aware of oils that can be made from animal fat that make candles and the likes, and you're also aware of petroleum, which is something that is mined and harvested from tar pits and the like, and refined in ways that you're not fully sure how, but make very flammable substances afterwards.
Okay, so my first question would be which vampires, because that depends, that the answer to that is entirely determining on how interested I am in this.
I don't know. They just said Nightwalkers.
And
Well, that
I
means it
assume
could be
it's us,
us, and I don't like that.
I was about to say, I would assume it would be us and not the regular streetwalkers.
No, yes, definitely kindred. I was just saying, if it was they had specific kindred in mind, depending on the kindred, that might not be too bad of a thing. But since
They
we
might,
don't know, it could be me, and I say no.
I, I don't know if they know the nuances of vampire society within Rome, though, with how much they know at any given point.
Of course, but I mean, they could have. I don't know. I don't know if you came across like they have sketches of the particular ones or names or anything like that.
No,
Apparently not. Then
unfortunately,
that's yeah.
we were not
That's
able
fine.
to get inside.
I wonder if we
That
can
will be
direct them. Sorry, internal thought.
It's the same thing that Sabina said on directing them. It's too dangerous. Because if they use this thing, invention, whatever it is, then they can still use it. If it's successful, they will continue to use it.
That is fair. Be much more effective just to kill them and then take control of this weapon. But I'm getting far ahead of us. All right. Did the group formulate any ideas of what to do?
Possibly sabotage. She
but
says,
we
looking
don't
at
know what that
Mina.
looks like yet. Bringing down the building on them could potentially yield the results. Though I feel like that should not be our first option, as it is quite conspicuous.
It's petroleum, means it's flammable.
I can blow up their own invention.
The easiest way, I'm trying to think of our group. Luciana, how far advanced is your domination ability?
Okay. Not very.
I don't
Wow.
suppose that's a talent of yours.
No, unfortunately not.
Well, you are exceedingly unhelpful.
As you have said before. Oh wait, that's a player thing. My control of mortals is so.
So is better than nothing. So my immediate thought we stake the place out. We see who comes and goes. We find the weak one. And then we capture him and dominate him with to where he's incapable of doing things outside of what he's told to do beyond maybe bodily functions. We might allow them that.
I am unfamiliar with the process as I find it. I will not pass judgment. I will simply say I do not make rules.
I'm not talking about ghouls. I'm talking about
Domination.
domination. Ghouls have free thought. We don't want this person that we will end up having to have that potential.
Fair enough.
Free thought is too good for them.
We'll think for them.
But we find the weak one. I mean, if we need to, we can ghoul and full blood bond as well. That is not something. If you oppose it, I understand. I am not opposed to the notion.
Oh, I don't know. Simply do not practice it myself.
That is fair.
I think Sabina is pretty good at it.
Such a weird Tremere.
But anyways, but we get them to the point where they can't pee themselves without us ordering it. And at that point, we have them, I don't know, head into the headquarters and light a match and drop it into the one of the kegs or whatever it is that's being held in. And the problem sort of sorts itself out.
That will probably be
With screams and smoke and all of the other stuff.
that would probably be easiest.
Now it is simply staking out and finding their weakest sheep. From there, it should be fairly easy.
In theory.
Yes.
That's my first thought.
Yes, if the rock rolls down the hill the correct way.
That's not so bad. That's concerning, but handleable. Outside of that was the gist of what you all got up to?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I need to inform the dang it, what am I supposed to call him? Was it prefectus?
The prefectus.
Thank you. Okay. I need to inform the prefectus.
About the yes.
About there is something that they're going to be using to
On
target
vampires.
vampires.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing to tell him about, yeah.
It's relevant information that I feel like he should know.
If you need a second voice, I have perfect memory.
If you know it, if you know it and they learn you know and they didn't know, yes, that would be bad. I like your head where it is.
As do I. I will contact him in the morning or evening, next cycle of waking.
Wonderful.
Out of game, do I know the best way to contact him?
Speak to the footman. He's in the compound. You can speak to a footman, and they can tell you where he's at and if he's available.
Okay.
That's
right. All the compounds are connected, aren't they?
Yeah, it's one big compound. Yeah.
Yeah, the Borgia compound is like a giant block of the city of like several buildings.
Yeah, not a giant block, but a sizable block.
In that case, then she will step away from the two of them and go speak with the footman about it.
You'll learn that he's not available for the rest of the evening, regardless. So tomorrow morning or
Okay.
tomorrow evening would be the better idea.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Then yes, she'll come back.
Alright.
Tomorrow evening will be best.
Perfect.
So
Outside of that, I don't know. Do we have any other business that we need to discuss?
you do all feel the supernatural exhaustion that comes with the sun rising hitting you right about now.
I hate to cut your enthusiasm short, but I will not be upright much longer.
Me neither. I am.
Yeah.
The sun weighs heavy on me.
Luciana will show Vina where she can sleep. She has extra rooms.
Yeah.
And before she goes before they all go to sleep, she will grab Anais
Mm-hmm.
and pull her into her room.
This is a conversation or a fade to black?
Conversation.
Okay, just want to check.
Conversation.
We're not there yet.
Just wanted to check. Renaissance noblewomen and their
Yes,
handmaids. Just wanted to check.
That is fair. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something else?
She just pulls you in and shuts the door.
Yeah, that's where I say that.
How are you?
I am just fine.
Are you now?
How are you feeling?
I am fine.
Thing.
Say it one more time.
I would
I'm
say
fine here.
I would say
How are you?
subterfuge checks, but I think you already know you're lying to each other.
I am perfectly fine.
Really,
I
because
experienced a regrettable incident.
yeah, people who are fine don't slink away into the gutter. Or whatever you slunk away into.
I admittedly reaped what I exactly knew was likely to happen when I stood up to that person.
He has a name, you can use it.
I'm aware it
And
has a name.
And Ias also knows that he probably gets off every time someone says his name, and so
He's not going to appear if you use his name.
You don't know that.
That's a really
Like,
weird-
listen, explicitly,
Chris.
the last time we were talking about him and using his name, he did in fact
He
appear.
did, yeah.
Fair.
I
am not-
Kaylin.
yes.
Luciana, I am not affording it the dignity of giving it its name.
That's fine. I am aware at this point of the control he has over me.
Oh, good. We have started thinking.
Yeah, we have, okay? Sorry, he's powerful. And annoyingly charming.
So we'll just have to figure out how to.
Definitely takes you like a second, like a stutter, to not go handsomely charming and instead say annoyingly charming.
We'll
Yeah.
just have to figure out how to deal with that in a final manner.
I just wanted to check on you because that was a situation.
Acknowledging that what happened happened, I have moved past that.
Okay.
I am no longer under the fear compulsion.
All right.
I will find it has been an informative educational experience, and I will learn from that, react, adapt rather, and behave accordingly.
Sorry, out of game, there was something else, and my mind went blank.
No worries.
There is actively something else. I just can't remember.
Well, think about it,
Let's see.
and we
yeah,
can come
yeah.
back to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
Sorry, Sabina, we'll get to your test subject next week.
Okay.
But we're gonna slightly desynchronize our time here. Hyacinthos and Kara, I mean, both of you roll me a D100.
Checking to see who gets eaten by
8.
Silverhead. 18.
All right, well, we're in the same ballpark.
Let's see what they roll. All right. Let me look up these rules real quick.
Lucky
Okay.
8 ball.
Hyacinthos, I need
Yeah.
you to roll Perception plus Auspex, difficulty 8.
Uh-oh.
I know how to roll that.
In your dice pools, you're going to set it up as perception for the attribute. Ability will be none. And then you will set discipline to whichever one down the list of disciplines is your Auspex. Like if it's the first one going top to bottom, it'll be discipline 1, and then so on and so forth down.
Check.
Because awakening during the day requires specific rolls that are high difficulty.
Ooh.
God, I don't like what did you say the difficulty was?
Difficulty 8.
God, I don't like the way this is
You
going.
can spend a willpower on this if you want.
I would like to spend a willpower on this.
Right. So 1 success automatically.
Fuck.
So
Oh.
not a
Fuck.
Well, yeah, not a botch.
yeah.
No, to be clear,
It would not be either way.
a bot. I think a bot can't take away a willpower success.
No, it can't.
This isn't a
Mm-mm.
botch. It's a -1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have a 10 in there as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would,
So it
They're-
wouldn't
you're good, you're
unbotch
good.
it anyway.
yeah.
Yep.
There are 2 successes currently being canceled by 2 1s.
Yes.
Yep.
Now I need you to make a road roll.
A
Difficulty
what
8.
roll?
Road.
Row.
Your morality.
Your path, whatever your
Interesting.
bearing is.
What is happening?
How do I do this one?
So what is your rating on your path, on your road?
It's on the first
7.
page.
Yeah, I know. I have to count them all.
7.
Cool.
So you would just roll. You would do a
On the dice page, you can scroll down to custom dice pools at the very bottom
yeah.
and add a new dice pool and set the number of dice to 7.
Yep. And difficulty is going to be 8.
No idea why somebody would roll this in the first place.
1 success.
So I have
So
no idea what's
you when you crawled into the sewer, would you have just like crawled into a niche to sleep, or would you have just like fallen on the ground or whatever?
no, probably into a niche.
So
Like Kara did.
something awakens you in the middle of the day. You didn't get a success on your perception, so your eyes open, but you're sort of like in sleep paralysis. You don't actually can't react. You're just aware. And with a 1 on the amount of successes on your road roll determines how long you're awake. With a 1, you're basically awake for the equivalent of 1 turn. You notice as you open your eyes through the debris through the other corpse that you're sharing this niche with, you watch as a large humanoid crocodile stomps past you in the sewer. And as it steps past, doesn't seem to notice you. As it steps past, it shifts. You hear the cracking of bone and the twisting and scraping of scale and skin as this massive humanoid crocodile shifts rapidly into a human form. Being who you are, you immediately notice and recognize body tattoos that identify this as a warrior of Sparta that has just changed from crocodile to man.
Fantastic.
And as he walks past you, you see him reach up to a sort of a hook that's been drilled into a wall on one side, pull a long cloak off of it, throw it on himself, pull the hood over, and climb out of the sewer and into the daylight. The grate closing behind him as he does, and you
Love
are back
that.
and you are back to sleep as that image fades.
Random Spartan Macaulay in the middle of Rome.
None of that discounts the possibility that it's Sobek.
And with that odd occurrence in your memory as you fall back asleep for the day, having fortunately not been spotted in your sleep, that's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.